Did you know that you do not have to eliminate carbohydrates to manage your blood sugar? In fact, the most effective way to improve your blood sugar levels involves adding certain foods, not cutting out entire food groups like carbs. I have seen this work personally with hundreds of patients who have seen their numbers improve significantly in just a few days by incorporating these foods into their diet. And this improvement is not temporary. They have maintained lower blood sugar levels without medication for months and even years. In this video, I will guide you on how to use each of these 10 foods to optimize your body's chemistry and reverse insulin resistance at a cellular level, allowing you to lower your blood sugar quickly, naturally, and most importantly, sustainably. Before I begin, please do me a quick favor. If you are interested in more videos that explain the underlying causes of your body's functions rather than just offering quick fixes, please subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment with your morning fasting blood sugar reading for this week. I review these comments, and the age and concerns of this audience help shape my future content. So let's dive in. Here's something that is rarely explained during a brief doctor's visit. Elevated blood sugar typically originates upstream with a hormone called insulin. Insulin is the key that unlocks your cells, enabling glucose, which is the sugar in your blood, to move from your bloodstream into the cells where it is needed. When you have experienced fluctuations in blood sugar over time, your cells may become unresponsive. Insulin attempts to signal them, but the cells remain closed. This condition is known as insulin resistance. Your pancreas then produces more insulin to compensate, yet your blood sugar continues to rise. The common solution offered is a prescription that introduces additional insulin into a system that is already overwhelmed. The system profits when individuals remain unwell, not when they recover. This is an economic reality, not intentional harm. There is neither the time nor the revenue in a short office visit to explain how food directly influences your insulin receptors, so I will. My name is Dr. William, and each of these 10 foods serves one of 3 functions. It slows down sugar absorption, it reduces inflammation that makes your cells unresponsive to insulin, or it reactivates insulin receptors so your body functions as intended. You do not need to incorporate all 10 foods starting tomorrow. Gradually introduce them over the next couple of weeks and combine them. Let me introduce the first one. The first food is fenugreek seeds. These are small, hard, amber-colored seeds found in the spice section of most grocery stores for a small price. If you dismiss this food as unfamiliar, you are overlooking one of the most potent blood sugar management tools available for less than the cost of your coffee. Here's how fenugreek works within your body. The seed contains a soluble fiber called galactomannan. When it mixes with water in your stomach, it forms a thick gel that physically slows the rate at which carbohydrates are emptied from your stomach into your small intestine. Slower digestion means sugar enters your bloodstream gradually, preventing a rapid surge. Without a surge, there is no significant spike, and therefore no abrupt release of insulin. Additionally, fenugreek contains an amino acid that helps your pancreas release insulin more effectively and aids your muscle cells in absorbing glucose. In my clinical practice, I have observed fasting blood sugar levels decrease within 1 to 2 weeks by using this ingredient alone. To use it, soak 1 teaspoon of whole seeds in a glass of water overnight. In the morning, drink the water and consume the softened seeds before breakfast. If the slightly bitter taste is strong, you can grind the seeds and mix half a teaspoon into yogurt or sprinkle them over your eggs. Start with a small amount, as this fiber is potent, and your digestive system may need a few days to adjust. Number 2 is cinnamon. You likely already have this spice in your kitchen, but the type matters, and most people choose the wrong kind. The common grocery store cinnamon is cassia, which contains a compound called coumarin that can be hard on the liver with high daily intake. The preferred type is Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes labeled as true cinnamon. It is milder, safer for daily consumption, and the type I recommend to my patients. Cinnamon's effectiveness comes from a group of polyphenols. These are natural plant compounds that act similarly to insulin. They help your insulin receptors bind more effectively to glucose and also slow down stomach emptying after a meal. This effect is substantial and measurable. Research from the Human Nutrition Program at the USDA indicated that less than half a teaspoon of cinnamon per day significantly lowered fasting glucose in adults with type 2 diabetes. By skipping this spice, you are missing an easy opportunity for improvement. Use approximately a quarter to half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon daily, mixed into your oatmeal, coffee, or smoothie. The key is to consume it with a meal containing carbohydrates, as this is when you want your receptors to be more responsive and your digestion to slow down. Third on the list are broccoli sprouts. I urge you to pay close attention here, as this is the most underutilized food in this entire video. This refers to the young sprouts, not mature broccoli florets. Overlooking this distinction means missing out on most of the benefits. Broccoli sprouts are rich in a compound called sulforaphane, containing 50 to 100 times more than a head of mature broccoli. Sulforaphane has a unique effect compared to other foods on this list. It targets your liver and reduces its overnight glucose production. Your liver generates sugar while you sleep, and in cases of insulin resistance, it produces excessive amounts, leading to elevated fasting blood sugar levels upon waking. A 2017 study from Lund University in Sweden found that concentrated sulforaphane intake in individuals with type 2 diabetes led to measurable reductions in fasting blood sugar, with the most pronounced effects seen in those whose sugar levels were most challenging to manage. You can grow your own broccoli sprouts in a jar at home for minimal cost, or purchase them in the produce section. A small handful, about a quarter cup, added to a salad or sandwich most days is sufficient. Avoid cooking them at high temperatures, as this degrades the active compound. Consume them raw or lightly steamed. So far, each food has contributed to managing blood sugar by slowing sugar absorption or enhancing receptor function, and we are only at number 3. The next 4 foods are those that can modify the meals you are already eating. If a friend or family member is also struggling with their blood sugar, share this video with them, as this is the information that is often not clearly explained. Number 4 is avocado. Many people avoid avocado due to its calorie content, but this caution may be hindering their progress. The fat in avocado is monounsaturated, similar to olive oil, and is highly beneficial for blood sugar levels. The reason is straightforward. The healthy fat and fiber in avocado slow down the digestion of your entire meal. When you add half an avocado to a meal of rice or toast, you are not removing the carbohydrate. You are moderating how quickly it converts to blood sugar. The glucose level rises gently rather than sharply. Over time, monounsaturated fats have also been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells respond more readily to insulin signals. In my experience, this is the easiest food to incorporate into a habit because it increases satiety, reducing the urge to snack later. Half an avocado per day is a reasonable amount. Add it to your morning eggs, mash it onto whole grain toast, or include it in a salad that already contains a starch. Wherever you have a carbohydrate, an avocado can help soften the impact. Fifth are chia seeds. These tiny gray and black seeds are remarkably potent. If you have observed chia seeds thickening when placed in liquid, you have already seen how they function in your digestive system. Chia seeds are one of the richest sources of soluble fiber available. Upon contact with water in your stomach, they form the same thick gel seen with fenugreek. This gel surrounds the carbohydrates in your meal, significantly slowing their absorption. Sugar is released slowly and consistently, preventing the spike and subsequent crash that can leave you feeling weak and hungry an hour later. Chia seeds also contain a plant-based omega-3 fat that helps reduce the low-grade inflammation associated with insulin resistance. By reducing inflammation, cells become more receptive to insulin. 1 to 2 tablespoons per day is effective. Mix them into yogurt, add them to a glass of water with lemon, or blend them into a smoothie. Allow them 10 minutes to gel before consuming, and drink plenty of water, as the fiber requires liquid for proper passage. Number 6 is fatty fish, specifically salmon and mackerel. This food works by addressing a deeper issue, the underlying cause of your cell's diminished response to insulin. Insulin resistance is largely driven by chronic inflammation. Persistent inflammation inflammation over time can interfere with the insulin signal at the cell surface. Salmon and mackerel are rich in omega-3 fats, EPA and DHA, which are among the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compounds known. They reduce inflammatory signals, improve cell membrane health, and help the insulin receptor function correctly. In my 15 years of practice, patients who consume fatty fish twice a week consistently show more stable blood sugar levels and improved blood pressure. Aim for 2 servings per week, each about the size of your palm. Wild salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring are excellent choices. Bake, grill, or purchase them canned if budget is a concern. Canned mackerel and sardines are among the most economical and beneficial foods in this video. 7th on the list are walnuts. Among nuts, I recommend walnuts first, due to their benefits for both blood vessel health and insulin function. Walnuts are abundant in polyunsaturated fats and the same plant-based omega-3 found in chia seeds. These fats enhance the function of the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, which is often affected by high blood sugar. Concurrently, the fat, fiber, and protein in walnuts help moderate blood sugar increases after meals and have been shown to lower fasting insulin levels, indicating the strain on your pancreas. Consume a small handful as a snack instead of crackers or cookies to transform a sugar spike into a stable blood sugar reading. A small handful is approximately a quarter cup or 7 to 10 whole walnuts. Choose raw or dry roasted varieties, avoiding candied or honey-coated ones. Use them to replace processed snacks, not to supplement them. Number 8 is eggs, including the yolk. For years, egg yolks were wrongly demonized, leading people towards sugary breakfast cereals that were far more detrimental to blood sugar. Let me clarify. A whole egg is primarily protein and fat with minimal carbohydrates, thus having a negligible impact on blood sugar on its own. However, the true benefit lies in what is known as the second meal effect. Starting your day with eggs instead of toast or cereal stabilizes your blood sugar not only at breakfast, but throughout the morning until lunch. You approach your next meal with more balanced levels and a smaller sugar spike. The protein and fat also promote satiety, reducing mid-morning cravings for sweets. In my practice, substituting a cereal breakfast with 2 or 3 eggs is one of the quickest ways I observe improvements in morning glucose readings. 2 or 3 whole eggs in the morning is a good target for most individuals. Scramble them, boil them in advance for the week, or add spinach. Topping them with avocado, as previously mentioned, creates an almost ideal blood sugar breakfast. Number 9 is apple cider vinegar. This ingredient demonstrates the fastest observable effect on a glucose meter among all items on this list. If you have a glucose meter at home, you can witness its impact tonight. The active component is acetic acid, which performs 2 functions simultaneously. It slows stomach emptying, ensuring carbohydrates from your meal enter your bloodstream gradually, and it assists your muscles in utilizing glucose from your blood for energy. The research supporting this is robust. Work led by Dr. Carol Johnston at Arizona State University found that 1 tablespoon of vinegar taken before a carbohydrate meal reduced post-meal blood sugar spikes by approximately 20% in individuals with insulin resistance. This is a significant effect comparable to medication achieved with an inexpensive product. Take 1 tablespoon, and this is important, diluted in a full glass of water 10 to 15 minutes before a meal containing carbohydrates. Always dilute it. Never consume it directly, as the acid can damage tooth enamel and irritate the throat. If you are currently taking medication for blood sugar, consult your doctor first, as the combination of vinegar and medication can lower your sugar levels more rapidly than expected. The 10th food is lentils, which perfectly illustrates the main point of this video. Lentils are a carbohydrate, yet they help lower blood sugar. Here's how. Lentils are composed of slow-digesting carbohydrates known as resistant starch, enclosed in soluble fiber and a good amount of plant protein. This combination ensures that the glucose from lentils is released into your bloodstream slowly and steadily over several hours, rather than all at once. They also contribute to the second meal effect. Therefore, a bowl of lentil soup at lunch can help maintain steadier blood sugar into the evening. Clinically, substituting white rice or white potato with lentils a few times a week is one of the most reliable methods I know to reduce A1C levels, which reflect your 3-month average blood sugar. Aim for half a cup to a cup of cooked lentils a few times weekly. Use them in soups, stews, or cold salads, with olive oil and a splash of the vinegar previously discussed. They are filling, affordable, and can make a meal more substantial than most other options. Let me tell you about a patient I'll call Donna. She is 63 years old, recently retired, and was worried because her fasting blood sugar was around 180, and her doctor had recommended a second medication. She did not want to rely on increasing medication indefinitely and was concerned about the long-term consequences, having witnessed her own mother experience toe amputation and vision loss due to this condition. We did not eliminate her carbohydrates. Instead, we incorporated eggs and avocado for breakfast instead of cereal, a tablespoon of vinegar before her larger meals, swapped white rice for lentils, chose walnuts over afternoon cookies, included fatty fish twice a week, added cinnamon to her coffee, and put broccoli sprouts on her sandwich at lunch. Within the first week, her fasting numbers began to decrease. Within 3 months, in collaboration with her doctor, she was able to discontinue the second medication entirely, and her A1C moved from the diabetic range back towards normal. 2 years later, her results have been maintained. She did not starve herself, she consumed more of the right foods, and her body responded positively. Let me connect all 10 of these foods, as this is why they are effective when simply cutting carbs is not. Each of these foods empowers your insulin to perform its function without requiring you to restrict your diet severely. The fiber-rich foods slow down glucose absorption, preventing your pancreas from overworking. The fish, walnuts, and chia seeds reduce inflammation that impairs the insulin signal. Cinnamon and vinegar directly assist the insulin receptor in improving its binding. Consistently incorporating these foods meal after meal, day after day, allows the unresponsive cells to gradually become receptive again. This is the essence of reversing insulin resistance at a cellular level. Once this occurs, your body naturally regulates blood sugar, which is why Donna's levels remained stable for 2 full years. Before I provide your action plan for tonight, I need to make a crucial clarification. If you are currently taking insulin or a sulfonylurea, an older class of blood sugar medication, these foods can lower your sugar levels rapidly, potentially causing your medication dose to become too high, leading to hypoglycemia. Therefore, incorporate these foods under your doctor's supervision, allowing them to adjust your medication dosage as your body improves. Do not discontinue any prescription medication on your own. Bring this list to your next doctor's appointment. Here is your plan for tonight. 5 simple steps. 1. Tomorrow morning, replace your cereal or toast with 2 or 3 whole eggs and half an avocado. This single change can positively impact your blood sugar throughout the entire day. 2. Tonight, soak 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds in a glass of water and drink it first thing in the morning. 3. Purchase Ceylon cinnamon, not cassia, and start with a 1/4 teaspoon daily in your coffee or oatmeal. 4. Before your largest carbohydrate meal tomorrow, consume 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a full glass of water 15 minutes prior. 5. This week, replace white rice or white potato with lentils at least twice and include fatty fish in your meals twice. Gradually introduce these over the next 2 weeks. You are not eliminating the foods you enjoy, you are incorporating foods that protect your health. Now, all the strategies we discussed today help lower your blood sugar during the day and after meals. However, many of you have reported a peculiar phenomenon. Your highest blood sugar reading of the day occurs first thing in the morning before consuming any food. You have fasted all night, yet your sugar has increased. There is a specific reason your liver behaves this way during sleep, and there is a method to counteract it. I have created a video that explains exactly what happens overnight and how to wake up with lower blood sugar. I will display it on the screen now. Please watch that video next, and I will see you there. Dr. William.